Hello. Welcome to our write-in / productivity night. If you haven't been here since we kind of rebranded these to Nerd-ins, that's basically why we did that, so that people can feel okay doing like homework or writing, or if you just want us on in the background to help you like get through your housework, whatever you need to do. If you want some like dedicated creative time, do some crafting, whatever you want to do it here with us. Sorry, I still don't have a ton of voice after I lost it last week, but yeah, do it here with us. It's gonna be fun. What's everyone working on tonight?
Ooh, crafting going on. Nice. I also have a work thing I should do, but this is kind of my pre and post reward.
Yes.
I'm working on writing my first pattern ever.
Ooh.
So it's a unicorn. This is what I have so far.
It's so cute.
Oh my God.
So I'm working on all the curls now for the mane.
Oh my God.
Very cute. The colors.
Thank you.
I am indulging in my sort of wasting time by researching stuff that just takes my interest. Like I will sometimes, it's a very ADHD thing to like latch on to one thing at a time and be like, I want to deep dive into this for like 3 hours. So I just heard about something called phantom funeral processions in like old folklore that are like, oh, people thought they saw a funeral procession last night, and there's like the corpse lights and stuff. If you've heard of those. So yeah, spooky stuff. So I plan to just do a deep dive into that just for fun because I can.
Love it.
Please feel free to share fun facts as you learn them.
I definitely will. I'm very like, yeah, very focused on finding out everything I can about this.
I don't know what I'm working on. I've kind of been on break after finishing a first draft, and I don't really want to start anything this week because the Rev Pit submission window opens this week. So I'm going to be busy with that for the next little while.
You can look up random facts with me. Woo.
I might.
Do it.
I am doing revisions still. Had a pretty productive week on revisions. I've done like 6 or 7 chapters this week.
Woohoo.
Hopefully I'll get a couple more in this chat. It's moving a little quicker now. There's a huge chunk at the beginning was all new stuff. So it's like first draft writing in a third draft book, which is not super fun to edit when you want to be in a third draft mindset. But yeah, it's going pretty well so far. There's a couple big things I'm going to have to fix once I'm all done, because every time I fix one thing, I unearth something else, and that's just how it goes. Hi to everyone in the comments. Let us know what you're working on. Misty Kate said, I'll be in and out actually watching the Oscars this year before the finale of The Last of Us. Yes, I'm very excited for that tonight. And if anyone hasn't joined one of these recently, instead of doing more structured sprints, we just kind of pop in and out, conversation, working, just kind of going with the flow of what feels right. Hi to Nico and Vanessa V. And Griswold, and Mage Prometheus, and Cool Gamer. Welcome, everyone. Yeah, so we might, if we start to get quiet, we're just going to be working on stuff. And if you have anything bookish, writing, creative related that you want to hear us talk about, just let us know. And if there's a good time to chat, we will chat about it. And Griswold said, I'm going to try to write, but I stayed up until 1:45 a.m. reading, and 15 minutes later, it was 3 a.m. So that's where I'm at today. What were you reading?
Relatable.
I logically know that's because of daylight savings, but it also just like...
I didn't even think of that. I was like, Fun reading joke.
It's still a fun reading joke.
Yeah.
I started my day Googling of like, how is the progress going on not having to do daylight savings anymore?
Yeah. Didn't they like vote to do it here, but then they couldn't agree on how to do it? So just
Yeah,
nothing
so
has
Marco
happened.
Rubio, like a week ago, has like restarted that of like, let's just do it again. But the issue seems to be like the majority don't want to do it anymore. We can't agree which way to go. So,
Mm.
because it seems pretty divided. Like if you're on like the western side of your time zone, one way makes sense, and if you're on the eastern side of your time zone, the other way makes sense. There's no
I think
like,
if you're like north to south, it changes too.
there's no actual like, this is what's going to make more sense for everybody.
I think we should just all shift by 30 minutes. Just peak chaos.
I feel like there is a time zone that does that. Not in the
think there
States, but
is.
somewhere. in
It's
the world.
it's on the east coast of Canada. Not shit, like they're just 30 minutes different. I don't know how they time daylight savings or whatever. But yeah, maybe in like November we all just only go forward half an hour.
Yeah.
Like you can still like land it on an even one at like 1:30. It becomes 3 o'clock, and then we're good.
Yeah.
There we go. Problem solved.
We should run the world. I'm sure that would cause no problems that we don't see happening right now. Yes, Joe Catherine said we should just fall back each time so we continually gain an hour.
Yes.
I think that's what Taylor Swift meant when she wrote the line, "Midnights become my afternoons."
Yes.
That was a subtle reference to the fact that we should do that. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's what she's going
Absolutely.
for there. Easter egg revealed.
Yeah. I have a 4-year-old child, and he has never been old enough to really notice daylight savings before, but he was confused today because it was still a little bright out when we sent him to bed. It's like I'm trying so hard to explain daylight savings to a preschooler. Like, sorry, it's just going to be a little light outside now when you go to bed.
Have you seen the part where in Community where they try to explain to Abed about daylight savings?
Oh, yeah.
You gain the hour back, and then he goes, ah, like even more. Like, yeah, it doesn't make sense. Well, I had a thing that I was supposed to get to at 11:30 this morning, and of course, in true Erin fashion, I completely forgot about the time change.
No. I thought about sending a reminder message in the Discord.
I sat bolt upright in bed at 11:30 and went, no! And then just ran out the door. I have very patient in real life friends because they were like, yeah, we were expecting it. We just got coffee. We're waiting at the restaurant for you. Like, okay. Yeah.
Oh, and Griswold said the book was The Spite House. I've been eyeing that one on Scribd. So I'll have to read. I just bought She Is a Haunting, which is also, I believe, a haunted housey book. So
That is both of those are amazing titles. The haunted one and The Spite House are.
The cover for She Is a Haunting is incredible. Like, I've wanted that book ever since they dropped the cover.
She Is a Haunting? Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's spooky.
I'm so excited to start it.
So spooky. Ooh, there's really creepy fan art too.
Ooh, really? Already?
Oh, that is so spooky. Well, maybe it's not fan art, but it's art. But it is really spooky. I just looked it up on images on Google.
Oh, nice.
That is so
It's like seems to be like sleep paralysis-y, so I don't know.
Mm.
That'll go for you.
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty like chill with my sleep paralysis demons. We're buddies, so like it should be fine.
We hang.
We hang out. It's all good.
It's also just fully on a haunted house kick. I love it so much.
Yeah, I love haunted house books.
So I recently started doing the Big Brother Big Sister program. So I got a little sister who's 13, and she really likes horror stuff, which
That's so cute.
Yes.
which is exciting. Like, and she'd like gone to see like stuff that I wouldn't watch, but she hasn't seen Hill House, so I feel
Oh my
yes.
god.
Let me know if she wants like witchy horror books. I'll send her my books.
so
If she's
far she's
into
only like
reading.
expressed a passing reading like sometimes.
Oh no,
So-
I always forget that not everyone is a reader. Like that's just I just assume everyone likes reading. That's not necessarily true.
I'm hoping to like, I don't know, just find a casual, please just peruse my shelves and I'll pull anything that's appropriate for a 13-year-old.
Ooh,
There you
nice.
go. Oh, Joe Catherine says a sister and mom are starting Hill House. That's the best. When you love something so much and your like family starts watching it, tell me how, like phone me afterwards and tell me everything you think about it.
In a fit of panic that Netflix was going to go under just really rapidly, I bought the Blu-ray of Hill House because I was like, what if it goes down and it takes a little bit for Hill House to get put somewhere else, and I want to watch it then. I need to own it. And so I bought the Blu-ray, and it comes with like a director's cut with like Mike Flanagan's commentary. I'm so excited. I'm a sucker for director's commentary. Rachel.
Hello, friends. Happy Sunday.
Hello. What are you working on today?
Probably some photo editing and also getting to some emails that I should have gotten to like 3 days ago.
Nice.
Hey, if it's only 3 days late, you're doing great.
Yeah.
Do you guys all have that Gmail thing now where it tells you it's been 7 days? Did you want to reply? Oh my god, that the guilt.
I feel so called out by it every time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like rude of you.
It also
Gmail.
does. The other person hasn't replied.
True.
I want to bug
That's
them.
true.
So
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, do you want
Which
to send a
also-
follow-up? I'm like, no, I'm good. Like,
Which also can
don't tell me
be
what to
like,
do.
like if you're somebody that's sensitive about that, that can be an issue too. If they're like, this person still hasn't replied, it might as well also say like, maybe they hate you underneath.
Yeah.
it,
Like
you
a-
know?
Like a query letter. It's like, do you want to follow up? It's been 7 days.
Like, very funny Gmail.
Ha ha.
Rub it in, why don't you?
Sophisticated asked, had anyone read The Golden Spoon? It's supposed to be a locked room clue mystery crossed with British baking. Or British Bake Off, I'm guessing. So that sounds amazing. I am adding it to my Goodreads immediately.
Yeah, I have not read that.
I found recently that there is a very niche book space of books that the plot takes place on a reality baking show. And I'm just like, this is phenomenal. I love this. Keep them
Yes.
going.
Okay, so I just found something out and I'm so excited. Before Rachel popped on, I was telling these guys that I'm just like I'm letting myself fixate on something called phantom funerals or spectral funerals, which is like a death omen. And I just figured out that that is exactly what's in the Start of the Raven Boys. 'Cause
Yeah, that was my
what it
first
is-
thought when you said
yeah,
it.
it's like there's like old stories in folklore about people sitting on the front porch of certain churches and seeing a apparition of the living. So people going by in a funeral procession of the people that are going to die in the next few years. So, okay, that wasn't just from Maggie Seabutter's brain. This is a part of folklore. Oh my god, I love stuff like this. Anyways, I got really
Amazing.
excited about that and had to share.
Has anyone played the game Alice is Missing?
Mm-mm.
No.
That's familiar.
We played it today. It's a silent RPG.
Oh.
But yeah,
Hmm.
you are a character and you try to find out like why is Alice missing? Where is she? And it's all through text. It's a texting RPG.
Oh,
I saved a
cool.
TikTok of this once of like, oh, is this something we could play on a live stream kind of thing? And then
I
that
was
fun.
thinking the
That's it.
same thing as soon as I played it because on the website they actually have like they have like a guide of how to do it on Roll20. So
Okay.
I would totally be down to run it if we ever wanted to do it for a game night.
Yes.
But it's really cool.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
It's really unique. I hope that more games come out that are of a similar style.
Yeah.
Great for introverts who don't want to talk to anybody, but they still want to play
Exactly.
games.
Like I'd love to do an RPG, but I don't always love like putting on a show. I don't love like acting. So
Oh dear. I'm sorry if you hear a lot of crinkling, but I've just been eating my way through a package of dinosaur snacks for the last
good for
like,
you.
2
As you
days.
should.
This is fascinating. I'm sorry, I'm gonna keep bugging people. The Phantom Funeral goes along the middle of the road, so living people are instructed to go along the sides of the road so they don't get sucked into the Phantom Funeral. Whereas if you look at the mythology of the Wild Hunt, it's the opposite. You're supposed to go in the middle of the road so the Wild Hunt doesn't pick you up from the side of the road. This is really
Let's hope
interesting.
they aren't on the road at the same time.
Yeah, I mean chaos, and then where do you go? Into the ditch,
Just
I
don't
guess.
go on the road in general.
Don't go
Just
on the
stay
road at all.
home.
Hide in the forest. The forest is always safe, right?
Oh, the forest is never safer. Are you kidding me? You're getting kidnapped either way. You're screwed.
Oh
at this
no,
point.
you're screwed. Yes.
Just accept it.
Just enjoy living with the fairies. Goodbye.
Mhm.
Okay, and Griswold says, keep telling us. I want to hear all about it. Okay. You probably can't stop me from blathering about it, to be honest.
This is my unicorn so far. Let's see if
I was
can get
literally
my
just
brain.
looking at it.
Oh my gosh,
It's
it's
like, oh, I hope
adorable.
they're gonna pick it up.
So cute.
I
Love
love
So
it.
now
the
I just need
curls.
a tail, and then I'm done.
That's
So
amazing.
So cute.
Just
But
so
this is
round.
what
You just made that up? Like that
Yep.
whole pattern?
Yep, I made this pattern.
What? Oh my god.
That is so cool.
I keep saying I want to start like making patterns and putting them on my Etsy. So I started with this unicorn, which I love.
I love them. I would die
Very
for that
cute.
unicorn.
I've done a lot of different unicorn patterns, but I've never done one like with the fat body.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just
It
gonna make a
reminds
bunch.
me. It reminds me so much of the unicorn in Despicable Me that
Yes.
Aaron Agnes is like, it's so fluffy.
So
I'm gonna
fluffy.
die." That's the unicorn it looks like to me.
Yes.
So
Awesome.
congrats on that.
That's the vibe. I think I'm gonna do a pig in a similar style.
Oh yes.
Ooh,
and then
yeah.
just like make a whole line of like chunky patterns that have like this body base.
I love them. Oh,
Chunky
already.
animals. Yes, please.
But it's a super easy pattern. Like this would be a like very beginner pattern.
If you need a very beginner pattern tester,
Yeah.
Des is well aware that I have never successfully read a pattern, so they know what they're getting into.
I bet you could successfully read this one. It's all
It's
it's all
that good.
circles pretty much. Like big circle, smaller circles, narrow circle.
Okay.
Except for the curls. The curls are
Yeah,
the only
and
thing.
then the curls.
But it's super easy. You just chain, like this is chain 15 and then 3 single crochets in each stitch. That's it.
You just spoke a different language for a hot second.
Just gonna say, you just said some words there.
You could have just
sure did.
switched into
I
French.
understood it, so maybe we're gonna be okay. Side note, just 'cause my Facebook feed just gave this to me. Did anyone else see that Christopher Paolini is doing a new book in the like Aragon series? That seems wild.
No.
I liked those
Anybody
books
heard
when I was
something.
the appropriate age for those books. In retrospect, I know they were a little much, but
I was so into Aragon in like high school because like it was the era of it and I was the age for it, but also because Christopher Paolini like was close to my age and lived in the same state as me. So in my head it was like, if he can do it, I can do it. I don't know. It was a whole thing for me. And I read them, and then like the last book took forever to come out, and then it eventually came out. I hated it. I hated the way it ended.
I don't remember hating the last one, but I definitely like would not have
Just
been
the ending
building
of the
enough of
last
the
one.
first one. Okay.
If
I don't
for
remember how
whatever
it
reason
ended.
you don't want any like Aragon spoilers, it's been out for a while, but like maybe just mute for a second. This was very much an example of like the sort of thing I hate, where someone like it feels like they just have in their outline that they want this like dramatic, bittersweet ending, and they like force it through even when it doesn't.
Pendragon.
That one I'm not familiar with, but yes,
That.
like just this thing where it's like, and they're all like, you can't ever come back to the continent, and like just whatever. I'm like, this was not satisfying. Like
No.
it just, and especially like if you're gonna do bittersweet, I think it really has to feel earned, and that one did not to me. It just felt like it seems like we could have fixed this. We spent, like we fixed a lot of other things. It seems like we could have figured something out here.
I mean, look at like I don't know, Murtaugh seems like such a predictable dude wants to continue the series character, whereas I'm going like I didn't want more of the morally murky one. Like this is not interesting to me. It's I don't know.
It
We'll
was
see.
the next book from his POV.
It's called Murtaugh, so
Oh,
I'm gonna
okay.
go with yes.
Yeah, I just
Maybe if it's someone out to kill him, I'm more interested.
see. I remember him being my. It's been a very long time since I've read or even thought about these books. I kind of remember liking him, But then again, I've always had questionable taste, so.
It feels to me, and like again, remembering so little, like he feels like that character who's written to have people like he's bad, but he's sexy, so people are gonna like him anyway.
He's like the generic brand Zuko is what he felt.
Yeah.
Like off-brand Zuko. Yeah.
Hey, if villain bad, why hot?
Yeah. You were just advertising that shirt. Well, not advertising it, wearing that shirt on Insta. Yes.
One of my friends got it, and I was like, I need that.
Yes.
Where did you get that from?
Makes me a little sad that like publishing is now doing that. Let's just keep retreading the old successful grounds thing. Like Hunger Games, now this. Of like movies have done that forever. Of like, why make new things when the other things are more likely to make money? And like, it's not like this author didn't try to do other things and they didn't take off. So you go back to what you know is going to work, but it just keeps feeding that. Let's not have new things.
How many other things has Christopher Paolini actually done, though?
Well,
'Cause
he
it
was
felt
in
like
that
he's been, like-
drama.
Oh,
He was
okay.
in the AI
For
drama.
me, it kind of, yeah. Okay, I thought you guys like when you said he was in that drama. I was like,
No,
I
he
didn't
just
think he was
defended
in
Core
that.
was in that
AI
drama.
cover.
technically.
I just felt like it was like forever after Aragon came out, he was trying to finish his next book, and I think it was kind of like by the time he finished it, no one remembered him. I mean, obviously not no one remembered him because he's still around doing things, but I had gotten the impression he tried to do a lot of things since Aragon, or had successfully completed a lot of things, or
Well,
no,
like-
I don't know. For following him very closely in high school, I obviously did not keep.
Yeah. Like I think it is just that one other.
Yeah, To Sleep in a Sea of Stars.
Yeah.
Because like everyone that I've talked to that has read that book really liked it. I haven't read it, but so like it seemed like it, and yeah, they got a sequel, so obviously it was enough that they bought a sequel. Yeah, it's unfortunate because like there's so many other new authors and like people trying really hard, and why do we have to keep doing like weird extending series? Because yeah, I don't know. I feel like I would rather read something new than like an extension of a series. What, like 7 years later?
Mhm.
I say that like after all this, I'm realizing I'm just finishing rereading Bitter Blue because I want to read. Kristen Cashore did. Oh, let's do another Graceling book, and I went, yeah, okay. So
Every now and then,
I'm part of the problem.
I will accept one as a treat.
I mean, hey, like when Six of Crows 3 comes out, like, am I gonna be buying it? Absolutely, I will. But like,
Yeah.
That one feels a little less because like she has like been actively putting stuff out, if not directly the third Six of Crows, like in the
that's a
In
good
the
point.
universe.
so.
Mhm.
So it doesn't
Yeah,
feel like it's like profiting off of your nostalgia quite so much.
Mhm. Good point.
I don't know, it's hard because sometimes my nostalgia is there to be profited off of. It's usually disappointing, but when it works, it's like, man, good job, guys. Great work, team.
Number
That's about the hour.
Oh yeah, that went pretty fast.
Nice.
I got through most of one long chapter.
Nice.
So,
Nice.
how'd it go for everyone else?
Well, the hour
Finish the
happened really
unicorn.
fast when you come 15 minutes late. So I did get stuff done.
Nice.
Erin, have any more fun facts to round out the evening?
Well, I kind of got a little distracted and started just looking at how many death omens in general there are. And
Nice.
there's a lot of just like all over the world death omens. Some of them which are like, if you keep looking for death omens everywhere, you're going to see death omens everywhere and be a very paranoid person. But I like my favorite so far is the Irish death coach, which is like if you hear horse hooves outside your house at night, and if you look out, there could be like a phantom funeral coach outside, and it means the coachman, who's usually headless, is there to take your soul away. Then you'll die in the next year.
Well, we should go out in style.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely. Most definitely.
Why would
Joe
you
Catherine
not-
says, a Death Omen PowerPoint night. Like, yes. This is my, I don't know if you can see this.
Oh
On
my God.
this side is all the Death Omens that I found. And there are more. It would be a long PowerPoint. Sorry, Rachel, what were you going to say?
I was thinking about like the horse hooves at night. Like I'm assuming that's kind of like a more old school thing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So I'm just like, why wouldn't you imagine it's just somebody on a horse? Like
I assume if you look out your door and there's no one there, then it means.
well,
you're
horses
gonna die.
move fast. If you
These
What
people
if-
were
No,
scared
that
of
can't be it.
everything.
I
They were
also feel
scared.
like people, oh, it's a death omen. It's just like, oh my God, the car turned right instead of left. It's a death omen. You're like, what?
Oh, literally, like,
My intrusive thoughts.
yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
There's literally like so many I didn't write down because it's like if your spindle thread snaps in the middle of a thing, it means you're gonna die within the week. And I'm like, okay, there's a lot
I
of
love
like
how they all
little
have like
tiny
different timelines on them.
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
Like, what if you
Yeah.
get two with different times?
Yeah,
you just-
exactly.
I guess you gotta, it's kind of like the thing of walking either in the middle of the road or on the side of the road. Like you just gotta be ready at all times.
Yeah.
Well, it's probably these people died at like the age of 60. So like, yeah, of course Grandpa Joe is gonna die within the year. He's like 59 now, you know? Ooh, and Griswold recommends a book called Where Darkness Blooms, giving me Saw Kill Girls and Wilder Girls vibes. Ooh.
I just
I'm writing
got
that
this.
down.
I'm so excited for it.
Oh.
It's like a Midwestern Gothic and
Oh,
like
I've
just
seen this
flowers
cover
tell people
before.
things.
Darkness Blooms.
It's a great time for horror covers.
Heck yes, it is. I'm excited. I wrote it down.
Joe Catherine, I've never seen anyone else actually like reference Darby O'Gill and Little People. Apparently, it was a movie. That movie was a big part of my childhood earlier than I can remember, I guess. But my dad was born in Belfast, so
I haven't heard of that. I should have to look it up. What's happening?
My husband and brother are playing Rocket League in the other room.
That's funny. There's a
sounds like
perfect
it's going
moment.
well.
Perfect
Yeah.
moment of silence for that to just drop
Yeah.
into the space.
Incoherent yelling, death omen.
Yeah, definitely. Well, one of them is if you hear a disembodied voice, and to me that was
Oh.
disembodied.
Very
so-
disembodied.
Yeah, so clearly.
Well, we're all
There's actually
screwed.
no one else in the house.
Well, you're in trouble then.
Yeah,
Big
exactly.
yikes.
It's almost always within the year. Within the year.
Well, yeah, like if you hear a disembodied voice, that death omen must have been created before telephones.
yeah, that's true. Yeah. Yeah. Everyone who talks on the phone is gonna die.
I mean, statistically, like, yeah, but
Statistically,
Yeah.
really
unavoidable.
questionable.
Yeah, so
or, you
many of them
know,
were like,
just try and. Oh, go ahead.
I was just saying, so many of them will like, you're gonna die at some point. And it's like, well, yeah, like,
Yeah.
at some point, yes.
All the weird, like,
Um,
pseudo medicines, too. You're probably hearing
Yeah.
stuff.
yeah,
Also about to die.
yeah.
Live in the water.
They're
Yeah.
medicating with
Yes.
like Coke or something. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, you're gonna see a doppelganger of yourself. You're on Coke.
Mhm. I had a really nasty reaction to medicine one time where, like, I started hearing voices in my house. It was
Oh
freaky.
my god, that's
I
did think-
horrifying.
I did think I was going to die within the year.
Oh my god, that's horrifying.
It turned out I was just allergic to the medicine.
That's so bananas
That's
that
a
your
horror
body's like, we
story.
don't like this, so we're gonna make you hear things that aren't there.
Yeah.
That is so truly wild.
Auditory
And not like
hallucinations,
something
baby.
bizarre. It was like straight up, I heard just like voices, like someone was talking in the other room. Like,
That's
it was
so
so, and I Googled it later and they were like, yeah, that can happen on that medicine if you have a nasty reaction.
Thanks for telling us,
Maybe.
guys.
Cool. Someone should have warned me.
It's just your neighbor next door being like on your walls. On your walls. Let's really freak her out.
I feel like with that one, even if someone warned me that was a potential side effect, I'd be like, yeah, okay, whatever. Like,
Not
I don't
expecting
think I
that.
would have taken
Yeah.
that seriously.
There's
Yeah.
literally like auditory hallucinations that come with my sleep paralysis. So sometimes in the
Oof.
morning, I'll hear like a hey, and jut awake and sit up straight in my bed and be like, is there someone downstairs yelling hey, or is it in my head again? Usually, almost always in my head. Yeah.
I feel like if someone just wakes you up by going, "Hey," every morning, like after a
Yeah.
while, like, like
Stop it.
Stop it. Say something else. I don't know. Give me variety.
It's not usually just hey. Sometimes my
Okay.
sleep, like last time, I think I tweeted about it or something, when it was like, "Hey, where are the girls at?" And then I woke up and was like, "What the hell, sleep paralysis demon?
Where are the girls?
Hey, where are the girls at?" Like,
Which ones? I
Okay.
don't know.
I would also like to know.
what are
I'd
you
like
up
to
to,
be there.
man? Yeah.
Oh.
Tessa says, had a reaction to pain meds that gave me severe mood swings when I was little after having surgery.
Yeah.
Yeah. Medication
Yeah.
is no fun.
I remember
So
going on
weird.
this one medication and I was only on it for like a week, and thank God, because I remember taking it one day, be like, this is fine. People were like, yeah, there's like not gonna be reactions. I was like, all right. And then the next day I literally cried for 4 straight hours because I was just
Mm.
like, it's like, I don't know what's happening, but it is. And yeah, I didn't take it after that, but
We're
it's
doing
so
this.
weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not fun. At least you're not hearing voices in the walls. So, I mean,
That's true. I mean, I do, but I do know that they're my
mean-
neighbors. So
I'm hoping they're my neighbors.
We hope. Yeah.
yeah, we hope.
Dude, can you imagine? Oh, good horror stories. You're hearing voices and you think it's your neighbors, but it's like they moved out a year ago.
Dun, dun, dun.
Classic.
Or like an anti-horror story where you're a paranormal investigator and you spend your entire career on these ghosts, and it turns
Yes.
out it's just like
It's
a
your
draft.
neighbors.
Squatters.
Yeah.
like-
Just a
Oh my
draft
God.
carrying the voices from next door.
That would be so good.
Actually, one time I was on the SkyTrain, and I don't know how the science behind this works, but I guess there was like a gap in the doors or the windows or something, and I was sitting at a window seat, and I was hearing something like in the back of just somewhere. It was voices having a conversation, and I was like, "But there's nobody around me having a conversation." It's like a half-empty train car, and for a good like 2 minutes, I was like, "Am I hearing ghosts? Like, am I?"
Or
Am
am I
I
crazy?
okay? Did someone die on this train car? What's happening? But it was, I guess, like the air carrying the conversation from a different train car.
Mm.
Weird.
So, it, like in that scenario, I could be like, "Yep, I was talking to ghosts for a good like couple minutes." I'm like, I totally believe that people are out there being like,
Yeah.
something paranormal's happening.
Oh,
There's
for
like
sure.
a room like that in the US Capitol building where, like, if you stand on one side, you can hear people talking on the opposite side.
Isn't it called like the
Oh,
Whisper
weird.
Chamber?
Yeah, something like
I've heard
that.
of something like that.
Yeah,
Weird.
I've been there. It's weird.
Yeah, there's like I think I went to Science World and there was something like that where it's like a whisper on this side of the room and send your friend to that side of the room and then they can hear you and it's like okay, I don't like this.
Very cool.
Where I
though.
went to my undergrad, there was like this sort of courtyard with these like tree things but they were in this kind of like semicircle formation where if you stood in the center of this like concrete semicircle, there was one that if you stood right in the center and then like said something, your voice came back all echoey. It was like very
Mm,
Unnerving.
I think Griswold said, as much as I love horror, I never jump to, was that a ghost? I should. Yeah, I never am like, is that a ghost? I just instantly like, must be
I mean,
something else.
I'm
Something
almost
worse.
it's like if you rule out other stuff and then I immediately would come to, well, this is it. Obviously, I'm finally going crazy. Like my brain has finally cracked, you know, like that would be the before ghosts, that is where I would go to. Like clearly I have like late onset schizophrenia or something. Like
Oh, no.
that would be the first thing I would panic about, not ghosts, you know. What is the most horrifying? Oh, the whisper chamber. is
whisper
the most
chamber.
horrifying. They could have given their. That's true, actually.
Inspiring. All right.
Well, on that note,
yeah, I guess we'll wrap this up. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us and chatting with us. It was really great. Always nice to hang out and be productive. Be sure to join us next week when we are doing. Let me pull it up
Writing
really
advice.
quick. Yeah, writing advice. Just talking about. I think writing advice over the ages. We can do like a general, if there's any writing topics you want to hear us talk about, we'd love to talk about them. And I think in particular, looking at like whether we still take the advice that we were dishing out 10 years ago, or were given 10 years
best
ago.
and
Yeah.
worst advice you've gotten and what works for you and what is just you would never tell anyone to do. And
yeah. So it should be really fun. We hope to see you all there. And yeah, we'll see you later. Bye.
Bye.